Okay, more dead cells. Like I said last time, I'm going to avoid going to the ramparts in the near future. I just don't seem to be able to beat them at the moment, so I'm gonna try one of the other paths. I was able to successfully make it to the first boss by taking the sewer paths. So I'll try that this time. It's been a while since I've done any of these sewer levels anyway. I'm also gonna try and practice blocking with the shield. Yeah, I know I've said that has been a goal before, but I want to really get good at that. That way if I do come across a really good shield, I'll be able to make good use of it immediately. I won't have a learning curve with it. And honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the bow with infinite arrows. It's just not all that strong. I used the assassin's dagger last time, so I think I'm gonna stick with my current weapon. I like the default rusty sword, it's nice. Let's see, gold door, I'm not a big enough fan of the regular grenade to want to spend 1,000 gold for one. Especially since that's an item I often get as just a random drop. Hey, Biter Swarm, my favorite, and plus 25% damage on a stun target. That is an excellent ability for that skill to have, since those little mites that I summon seem to cause stun on a lot of the enemies, so that just boosts their damage. Nice. Yeah, still don't have the ability to interact with the sarcophagi. As I've been theorizing, that's probably unlocked by getting to the end of the ramparts and fighting an elite enemy there, much like the Vine Rune was acquired from the Promenade. But that'll take a while for me to do. You know what? Let's just go on to the toxic sewers immediately. There's doubtless more upgrades I could pick up in the first level, but let's try going a little bit speedier. Of course, that also means I have way less cells to turn over to the collector, so maybe that's not such a good idea. Well, I'm still at the stage where I'm upgrading my weapons. I'm gonna hold off on purchasing the crossbow now because I do want to get good with blocking. I'm gonna try and stick with that. Triggers a force field when you parry, that sounds interesting, and then there's a blood shield. Blocks attacks and causes bleeding on all nearby enemies, so not just what you defend against, but anything that's close to you. That could be useful. Yeah, although then again, I do really want random melee weapons. I think I'm gonna invest in that, at least for the moment. Whoa, there's a bit of a skip there. Good old vape on the healing bong. Speaking of vaping, have I mentioned American Gods while playing this game, or just some of the other games I've been playing as of late? I'm honestly not sure, I don't quite remember. But one of the great updates they've... Ooh, let me just retreat a little bit. That is a situation I don't want any part of. And I managed to rally off of these dudes, so I managed to recover mostly from that. But yeah, the update that they made to the God of the Internet, considering that the adaptation of the show is, you know, current, and the book was written like a decade and a half ago, is pretty great. Rather than being a fat, pasty, pimply kid, ooh, I actually have access to one of the hourglass doors, fantastic. Good thing I sped through. Although, all I picked up was treasure, which is a bit disappointing, no blueprints down here this time. So I guess what you get is a little bit random from there. But yeah, they took him from a pasty, pimply, fat kid to a very lean, sort of douchebag kid, you know, the kind of person that you would think would be representative of the internet nowadays. Really, the only detail they didn't give him, probably because it would be a bit too on the nose, was a fedora. But yeah, I brought that up specifically because it has him vaping on some, like, toad skin. And that was a nice little detail there. If you have a Starz subscription or an Amazon Prime subscription, because I believe the show is on that service as well, I strongly recommend checking out the American Gods adaptation. It is incredibly good. Fantastic source material, and so far, fantastic adaptation. God, I forgot how much I hated these teleporting scorpions. Well, technically they don't teleport, but the fact that they just come up out of the ground randomly more or less counts for that. It's the same sort of annoying thing. My mites are putting in some serious work though, killing enemies when I'm not even on the screen. What? I was wondering why I wasn't moving forward. God damn it, scorpions. And yeah, unfortunately the mite's damage does not proc rally. I think I learned that before, but I had forgotten, and that's completely fair. If it did, that would be the most broken item in the game, probably. As it is, it's still incredibly good, but somewhat balanced. Oh, let me take care of these enemies first. I think I'm gonna heal now since I'm somewhat low. Next big hit I eat and I'm dead. And I'd rather that not happen. Let's see what the merchant has for offer. Blood sword's always useful, especially since I do have the ability to cause bleeding with blocking. Poisons enemies that hurt you, that's not bad. Ooh, health upgrade, that's pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with the blood sword though. Try out double bleeding. Try oh! Okay, I really shouldn't try blocking when I don't need to do it. That's just asking for trouble. And that's what I get for... Oh! Whoa, 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 okay, hold on. No, I do not want to get hit by that explosion again. Woo! I did not handle that terribly well. Okay, well, there goes my second charge. Good thing I bought that upgrade. And some wall carrots, nice. I'm gonna try blocking against... okay, my mites took care of him before I had the chance. And I remember myself failing against blocking these large grubs here, so I'm not gonna try against them either. Yeah, try... This could be bad. Okay, upgrade, let's go with the health since I would like to have a larger buffer, and let's get away immediately. Okay, thankfully they froze when time froze. They didn't immediately start exploding. Yet, trying specifically to block rather than just blocking on the fly seems to be giving me a lot of trouble here. In situations where I could survive without taking damage, I end up taking damage because of either my mistimed block or because like the block doesn't help as much as just spamming attack would have. Ooh, more biter swarms. Enemies explode on death and damage to burning targets. Sadly, I've yet to come across any ability to actually burn targets. Haven't come across the necessary upgrades or blueprints for skills and stuff that do that. Ooh. I have a pretty good setup. I'm gonna be afflicted with the God's Curse, and the only one that exists right now is pretty nasty. I haven't been doing a good job of avoiding taking damage, so I'm gonna play it safe. If I really needed like a weapon or a good skill, I'd probably risk it, but I'm pretty confident in my setup. And yeah, since I have 2 grubs, I can just launch 2 groups of them and they utterly destroy anything that they come across. It's real nice. Nice enough that... I was gonna say I'm gonna pass the phase of buy, but increase damage on bleeding target when I have 2 sources of bleed? That's too good to pass up. Which one do I get rid of? This one, I guess. Well, enemies hit explode upon death. That could be useful for taking down crowds. But damage against stunned targets is nice. Let's go with the new one. And then swap them. I'm used to the phaser being on the left trigger from my last run. Oh, I did not realize I was close enough to get hit by that. One thing I'm not sure about is that bonus on the phaser. Is that something that's always active? Or does it only apply to the boosted attack after I phase? I never did figure that out last time when I tested out phasing. Because really it's the kind of thing you'd have to specifically test for rather than figure out on the fly. I could explore more in the toxic sewers, and doing so would put me at a greater amount of strength. But honestly, I feel pretty good with what I have so far. Hold on, I saw a health upgrade over there. I never did pick that up, did I? It would probably be worth going back if only for that, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't locked off or anything. I just forgot to go pick it up, so yeah. I won't be getting any more hourglass doors at this point, but that's fine, considering how the last one turned out. I'm not exactly aiming for those as much anymore. I feel like that should be I cannot pronounce anything today. Should be something that always gives like a bunch of good stuff, like not just the gold, which seems to be, oh damn it, guaranteed, but also like guaranteed a blueprint with a high chance for a rare blueprint. Like that would actually be worth aiming for, but as it is, since it only seems to give you a chance to get a blueprint at all, I don't think it's all that good. Wow. Oh, good thing I had that health upgrade from earlier, otherwise I would be dead. As it turns out, going for this health upgrade here, maybe not the best move. I think I might pick this up and then head to the next level just so I can heal up in the break room. Because I don't exactly feel comfortable about continuing on for much further, and I especially don't feel like doing one of the challenge areas, since I'm all but certain to eat a hit, which would then kill me. Really wish I had come across an amulet with poison immunity. It would come in handy here, and will come in handy in the old sewers as well, but that's the luck of the draw. Okay, well I've made it to the third area, and I've managed to beat this one before, so hopefully I'll be able to do that again and not be bulked here like I have been at the ramparts. And I have a good amount of cells to fork over as well. Would I like to unlock anything? Maybe I don't have enough for the force shield, but putting me most of the way there would allow me to use it soon. You know what? I would like to have some source of fire damage out there in the wild, so let's upgrade the fire grenade, or unlock it rather. And then let's put the rest into the random melee weapon. So do I want to give up my biting swarm? Yeah, I think I do. As much as I like them, the fact that I have a burning causing grenade that then causes more damage on a burning target and a bleeding target, that works very well with my current setup. Plus, I would be remiss not to try out the fire grenades immediately after unlocking them, really. Okay, old sewers time. I think I've only been through this level once, haven't I? Maybe twice. So I'm not super familiar with it, other than that it's just a harder version of the toxic sewers. Can I jump up there? Yeah. Ooh, shield boy. Okay, yeah, that's some good damage, assuming it can do that against a crowd as well as it does against a lone enemy. I'm excited for the fire grenade. Oh, fuck. And I wasn't able to rally anything. Oh no. Wow. Yep, shield boys are my ever-existent nemesis. Okay, I'm just gonna use one of my healing charges already. Oh, using it this early on into the stage, that's not a good sign. I do have a ton of gold though, so if I come across any good upgrades I should be able to purchase them. That has nothing to do with what I previously said, but it's a nice little silver lining to the current situation. Yeah, I haven't been doing a good job of avoiding hits, so I don't think I'll be using any more cursed chests anytime soon. Oh, I threw it in the wrong direction, my bad. Oh no, oh no. I keep forgetting that there is a significant delay between the rolls, so I try and roll spam in order to get through that crowd of exploding bombs, and it just did not work at all. I'll wait a little bit longer to heal though. I might come across some health in a wall, for example. And I think I would be wasting one of my charges a little bit. It's a little bit more potent. Ooh. This might be worth giving up the phaser for, actually, especially since I really haven't been making much use of it at all. Yeah, so now I have mites again, and the flashbang does more damage on a burning target, so basically fire grenade, flashbang, and that should clear out any crowd pretty quickly. Oh god, we have a platforming section. I'm glad they've seen fit to not include enemies during these segments. That makes them a lot more doable than they otherwise would probably be. Oh no, 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 no. Good thing I saved my healing charge, holy crap. Let me just make sure I have a safe place to heal. Oh boy. Things are not looking good. Yeah, it's definitely the third stage, regardless of what stage is your third stage, where things get truly difficult in the game. Up to that point, it's pretty much a cakewalk. You can carve your way through enemies regardless of your setup. But here, even if you have a good setup, you're gonna have trouble. At least if you're me. Ooh, I finally found the blueprint for the whip. I've heard good things about this. Hopefully I can survive long enough to unlock it. Just gonna wait for my fire grenade to cool down before I engage the flyers. Wait, did I want to do fire grenade first and then flashbang, or the reverse? Yeah, fire and then flashbang. What? Again, using the analog stick made it so that I ended up crouching rather than moving backwards, just because of how that takes the input. Like if you press just slightly downward, rather than making you move, it'll count that as a duck. I really should be using the D-pad for this sort of game, but I've gotten used to using the analog for side-scrolling games. What with having recently done a Let's Play of Salt and Sanctuary, and being currently playing through Hollow Knight, where using the analog stick actually makes more sense. It's more comfortable. And it doesn't have the issue that this game does. It's probably a specific thing with how the games handle their inputs. Oh, I'd really like to walk across some wall carrots right now. No. These random elite summoning statues that I've come across just seem to give me upgrades, and I don't really need anything at the moment. Maybe a weapon upgrade, but it's not worth risking fighting an elite for, which will probably kill me or at least do a lot of damage to me. The ones that give you Metroidvania upgrades seem to be like sealed off in specific locations. Oh, another Biter Swarm. Game really wants me to use that, but I like my current setup. Ooh, that's close. I'm glad you can roll in the middle of the air. That kind of saved me there. And you know, I never really properly appreciate it, but if you do roll in the air, it actually does have its own specific animation. Nice little attention to detail there. I need the sarcophagus to get on the other side. Hopefully this isn't a dead end, though. Oh! So maybe I didn't need to go through and complete the ramparts for my next upgrade. I think it might be here. Yeah, because I have no way to return. Oh, do I go for it now, or do I try and trek through earlier parts of the stage in the hope of finding some sort of healing? I'm gonna approach... Oh! I didn't expect to find an enemy immediately. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should just teleport back. Oh dear. At this rate, I'm likely to lose more health, is the thing. But if I can find a single... Nope, yeah, nope, I'm out of here. I am just going to take on whatever elite enemy is spawned, and hopefully I'll be able to do it. I haven't been using my shield much, I realize. Oh, this is a new enemy. And, he's a tough boy. So this is the slasher that I've heard a few people mentioning. He seems pretty tough. This is not the time to be learning new enemy types, that's for damn sure. I think I'm just gonna see if I can't cheese him to death with my grenades. Okay, he does teleport, so I need to stagger my attacks with that in mind. Only throw stuff at him after he attacks. That's the only time where he's not likely to teleport away. Like so. If I just cheese him from afar with my grenades, I might be able to do this. Why did I immediately try and go for melee attacks? Oh, that was a mistake. And of course, the elite enemy becomes more powerful after you damage him a little. I noticed that earlier. Oh, that was close. No! I was so close to beating him. If I had made that roll, he would be dead right now. God damn it, game. Okay, you know what? I'm making it back there. I'm getting that upgrade right now. I might just cut towards my next attempt, assuming nothing interesting happens in this run. Round 2. Let's see how this goes. Right, I forgot he technically had iframes. Oh. I suppose I can use his minions for rallying, since fighting against him seems kinda dangerous. Because of how quickly he attacks, case in point. I'm just gonna take the moment to heal, come on. Okay. My damage is good enough that I'm actually relatively fine. I just need to freeze him once more, and he's dead. Okay. Shows you just how important having a good gear setup in this game is. And finally, I can use the teleportation tombs. Fantastic. Finally, some progress for once in this game. Although, I'm nowhere near an exit, which is rather unfortunate. I guess I'll just have to find the regular one. Or maybe I'll be able to use an alternate exit, who knows. Assuming I can even survive to find it, that is. I still, after all, have to get through the regular enemies. And that's not necessarily guaranteed. Especially with this fungus asshole. Oh, he's below me, of course he is. No choice but to deal with a bunch of enemies first. Yeah, I really should have just traded my phaser for the fire grenade. I haven't been making use of that at all. Oh well. Bad decisions. I'm used to them. Used to making them. Oh no, okay, I have to rally some health quickly, come on. Okay, I rallied a good portion of it, and I think I might be near the end of the stage anyway. Come on, exit. Yeah, okay, back to the Black Bridge. I did get a break room before fighting the boss, right? Please tell me I do? Okay, good. So, what does that frantic sword do? Inflicts a critical hit when you're below 50% health. Interesting. If there are other low health bonuses you could acquire, even if only just as random effects from other pieces of equipment, this could be useful. I also do need to check out its moveset. So I've been putting a lot of cells into this, so let's finally get the random melee weapon for the start upgraded. Now I'll have a slightly more exciting loadout each time. As long as Lady Luck is kindly. I haven't been making use of my throwing knives, not kunai, as of late. Although bleeding might come in handy on the boss, especially since it puts up its force field. I don't know if that prevents it from taking damage at all, or if it will still take damage from proc status effects like bleed and poison. I'm not gonna upgrade or unlock any of these just yet. I like my current setup, so you know what? Let's put a damage upgrade into the twin daggers, along with the rapier, one of my more favorite weapon types so far. And I guess, I might want to start working towards the third healing potion upgrade, since that's something that will be useful all the time. You know what? I'll actually invest most of them in just getting most of the way to unlocking other stuff. That way, if I feel like using them on a run, I can. Alright, time to face the first boss for the second time. Let's see if it goes as smoothly as my first attempt went. After all, I could have just gotten extremely lucky, or maybe the setup I had at the time was just really overpowered, and this dude will actually turn out to be legitimately difficult, or he's just a bitch. Hello, incomplete one. Nice to meet you again. You still haven't gotten yourself complete? What a lazy bastard. Okay, well I can't hit him with kunai when his shield's up, that makes sense. I'm just gonna spam... Wow, that's actually pretty powerful against him. Especially since he can't do jack shit if I'm at range, although my ammunition is somewhat limited. How does it regenerate? I've never figured out exactly what the mechanic behind that is. Is it being out of combat for long enough? That would be my guess. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, the incomplete one still doesn't seem all that dangerous. I tried using the phaser there, I tapped the button and it didn't work. That's weird. Oh no. That's what I get for mocking him. Okay. I'm not gonna try out new things, I'm just gonna keep going with my standby. Oh no. Not gonna use that chance to heal. I guess he is kinda tough. I think I was taking him down so quickly last time because I was doing so much damage that it kept causing him to put up his force field early, which interrupts his attack chains. Yeah, I have no more throwing knives. So those are somewhat limited. That said, assuming I don't make any more dumb mistakes, I should still have this. Okay, good. A little bit of trouble towards the middle there, but yeah, this boss really is not that hard. Then again, maybe he's not meant to be. My understanding is that there is a second boss later on, who's basically the final boss at the current game state. Alright, what do I want to put these 12 cells into? Force shield, I guess. I wonder if they'll change this at any point, giving you a break room both before and after the first boss. Because one way to make him more threatening is not necessarily to make him stronger, but just to make it so that you get less healing around him, so that way if you do end up taking damage during the fight, that leaves you at a worse state for the next phase. And this was where I died pretty much immediately. Let's see if I can avoid that this time. Yeah, my twin daggers still seem to be putting in a good amount of work. I'm just gonna... Aw, these guys are kind of adorable. They're miniature versions of those common enemies, and they really like to dash backwards. I guess maybe they're phasing? But their phasing has nothing on my freezing. Oh yeah, I noticed this when watching over that recorded footage of the run that got up to here. There were actual doorways that I didn't end up getting up to. So this place actually has proper indoor areas, which is pretty neat. Gonna wait for that to recharge. Yeah, there we go, I'm fine. Oh, that was the enemy that utterly destroyed me, so let's see if I can't cheese it. I cheesed it. Okay, Frost Blast, that could be good. Ice Bow could also be good, especially since it pierces the first target more freezing. Yeah, Frost Blast is best at just causing pure freeze, but it takes a bit longer to start up, and it doesn't do any damage by itself. I want to buy one of these. I'm not sure which I want, though. Let's go with the Ice Bow. I haven't used that too much in the past. Oh wow, so these guys don't get stunned by the stomp, or if they do, I have to stomp from a much further height. Which makes sense, they're pretty beefy boys after all. Oh, a free ice grenade? Sure, is that an upgrade to my old one? A lot more damage, obviously. The bonus effects aren't as good, but the increased damage might help. Sure, let's go with it. If it ends up being worse, it ends up being worse. Oh yeah, I should try out my bow here, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good at freezing. That'll be a good secondary to my freeze grenades. Wow, yeah, that freezes anything with one shot. Even the tougher enemies don't require multiple. Ice Bow might be very useful indeed. Especially with the piercing effect, it means it's always going to be able to freeze two enemies, at least if they're close together. Meaning it's pretty competitive with the freeze grenade. While also being technically faster. Those axes end up hitting you if you kill the enemy. They catch them if they're still alive. If they're not, they don't just disappear like this is an actual retro game. Is there any reason to go up there and fight them? There's an indoor area. Actually, could I even get up there? I don't have the jumping ability. I guess this is a place where having a triple jump amulet will come in handy. Yeah, I straight up don't think I can get up there at the moment. Interesting. Maybe I can come across from later on. I wonder, can I actually fire through the wall with that bit broken? Nope. Okay, that's why they leave that little bit there on the opposite side of which you break. Oh! You're an interesting enemy type, also a fair bit Bloodborne-y. Actually, this entire stage is pretty Bloodborne-y. The big axe guys are kind of like the executioners from that game. Oh, I am so glad for doors in this game. Whoa, okay, so they can fire a very quick shot if you're right in front of them. Good to know. And it will explode on contact. Oh no. Right, and if it doesn't explode on contact, it can continue for quite a ways before exploding. I really should have rallied there, but I don't want to take unnecessary risks. Alright, their spam can continue behind them, so they're not weak to rolling, unfortunately. Yeah, I really should just be freezing everything I come across. I have no reason not to, given all the ways of freezing I have. What? Oh, curse the range of my twin daggers, that really screwed me there. Can I, like, use the drop-off to my advantage? Perfect. Ah, damn it. Also, yeah, the fact that the third strike of the daggers does so much more damage also means I rally a bit more. So that's also useful. It's a better weapon for doing that. Thank you, piercing. Okay, let's enter the building. Let's see what's inside. More enemies, of course. Seriously, that piercing ability is so good, and more twin daggers. Wow, the game really wants me to use these, doesn't it? What about the bonuses? More damage when inflicting a critical hit. It poisons the victim. Oh, this is the first item I've come across that actually lets me poison things. That, plus the fact that it is a significant upgrade in tier, means it's probably worth using. Yeah, let's go with it. Also, while I did not expect to make it this far, I might actually cut this into 2 videos then, just to keep down the length. I never know what decisions I'm going to make during editing, so don't trust what I say when I'm actually recording. Oh! This is a better setup than I thought. Because of that pit there, their cannonballs don't do jack shit. Hey, what's that? Death Orb. That sounds like my kind of skill? Or maybe it's a piece of magic. In which case it would be a primary weapon. Well, I'll find out if I manage to survive long enough to unlock it. Yeah, let's heal here to be safe. I feel like I might be near the end, but I have no idea how long this stage actually is, so I don't know if that's the case or not. Seriously, 3 abilities to freeze, or sorry, 3 chances to freeze with this ice bow is insane. And that poison, that's turning out to be surprisingly useful. I don't actually have to finish off enemies if they're in an annoying position. Sadly, it's not a native feature of the weapon, it's just a random ability that this one happened to have. So it's pure luck as to whether I'll have this in the future or not. There's probably some weapon that specifically has poison as its default ability though. I just haven't unlocked it or anything. I'm pretty sure that he fired his cannonball there. Did I just manage to freeze him before it actually became its own object, or did hitting it with my arrow destroy it? If so, that's another way of dealing with their cannonballs. I'm not actually going to actively test that out, because if it turns out that I can't destroy them, I'm going to eat a lot of damage. Nope, I have to... I had to go on the offensive there to rally my HP. As I did there. Holy crap. Okay. That was a mistake. Really, the enemies at this point are dangerous enough that I really shouldn't be striking them unless I've frozen them first. Well, at least the big ones. What? I did not expect a group of small gremlins to do that much to me. You know what? I'm gonna leave this building. I'm just gonna continue on the main way and hopefully find an exit soon. I've kind of run out of health resources. Oh, that's not gonna be fun to deal with. Maybe if I hop across the roofs. Okay, I'll take one big axe guy. They're not too bad. And yeah, again, doors coming in super handy since the enemies don't seem to have the ability to open them at all. Although I can blow them open myself, which I have to be mindful of. Come on, I'm still nowhere near an exit, am I? So much for making progress. Damn it. I'll have to go back and watch that footage, because I'm pretty sure I froze him there. I did definitely hit him with the arrow. I think what occurred, though, was that I froze him at a late enough point in his animation that the hurt box for the attack still occurred, still hit me, and ended up killing me. So even though I froze him, it was too late to actually count. That was so dumb of me. Oh well, I did unlock a new rune at least, and maybe that'll have allowed me to unlock new areas, new exits. I certainly hope so. I would like to have a change of scenery earlier on in the run since, I'm not good at making it to the later stages.